What's up, guys? Welcome to day 70 of Grinding Until I'm a Millionaire. I'm going to try and keep this pretty straight and to the point, but I do want to give you a rundown of what's been going on today. Still no affiliate sales. I don't know what the hell's going on. I mean, it's getting pretty close to Christmas, but I don't know. It's stressing me out because I feel like, I don't know, man. I got to get those reviews up ASAP. Rocky. I was thinking of that today. I was like, what the hell? I've got the top listicle set up, so I'll do that during my live stream tomorrow. We'll do that listicle video, turn into a blog post. I think it'll be good. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, so I don't know. I need to crank out reviews. I think that's the thing, and I just don't have time. I don't know where the hell my time's going. It's stressing me out. So today, here's a quick update. I'm screwed. I'm so screwed. Bought a helmet for the motorcycle today. I walked over to AutoZone. It's really close, just like a block away. Walked over there to rent a pressure kit to pressurize the BMW and see where the coolant's leaking from. Okay. They didn't have it. Across the street is a motorcycle store. I went to get a quote on tires because the motorcycle needs new tires, and I bought a helmet from them. It was $150. Like, I'm looking at $600-$700 helmets on Amazon. I'm like, yeah, this is what I need. But the one I got from the store doesn't have the Bluetooth stuff. It doesn't have the comm system. But this one's DOT certified. So if I crack my head, hopefully that helmet helps. Should do. I'm not against spending a ton of money on a helmet, but I just need something to wear when I'm riding around. And so I bought the helmet at the place. Tires are too expensive. I'll probably just buy them and some pry bars and do it myself. It's like $200 if I order them from Amazon, $500 if I order it from the tire place and have them do it. Crazy. So I'll save $300. I can put on the damn tires myself. I managed a tire shop for a while. Car tires, I guess, but it should be the same thing. I think I'll get it. Anyway, so what I did is I went back to the apartment, got on the motorcycle, and I was feeling a little brave. Figured I'd take the motorcycle to Walmart. Now, keep in mind, motorcycle's not registered yet. I should be here tomorrow, the plate anyway, and the updated registration. I don't know when that'll come. And I don't have a motorcycle endorsement or permit or anything, so I shouldn't be driving it. But I'm practicing, you know. I drove down the road that goes towards Walmart and like stays in the neighborhood area of the by the apartments, and parked it, and then walked across the dirt lot, and then walked across the street, and then Walmart was right there, and O'Reilly's. And I ordered the pressure kit, or I rented the pressure kit from O'Reilly's. Then I walked back, rode the bike back to the apartment. Everything's cool. Pressurized the radiator, found the leak. It was really easy to find. It was just a stupid bypass hose. It's like a $40 hose, guys. It's just a $40 hose that I needed. Which is like, okay, that's wonderful, right? Wrong. Not wonderful. Because I pulled it off and it's broken. And okay, that's good. That's fine. $40 hose, easy. The hose connects to the upper radiator hose. So look, check this out. This hose is the one I needed. $40. Don't look at the rest of the cart. Just look at this. $40 hose right here. Not bad, okay? And then so that you can see on this upper radiator hose, this little thing here, that longer hose that I needed connects to that. And when I was pulling it off, it snapped. Okay, so I'm like, wonderful. Now I need a new upper hose. Still not bad. This is only $40 too. I'm in the project for $80. Like, I'm hyped. I'm like, this is sick. Okay. This is great news. It's not a water pump. It's not $1,200. This is great news. So then I go, and guys, remember, I'm the Hulk, okay? I go and I'm taking off this upper radiator hose, and right here is where it mounts into the radiator, and right here is where it mounts onto the water pump, and it's on that bitch good. It's on it so good. Like, I am pulling with the force of God. I am pulling as hard as I can, and it's not coming off. Finally, I get it off the water pump. Finally, like it got, I don't know, it must have gotten hotter or just been on there a long time. It was sealed on there good. Pulling. Couldn't get it. Finally, I got it. Now I'm pulling, getting it off the radiator. And like, the radiator's plastic, so I'm being pretty careful. But I Googled it and it's like, yeah, you just got to keep pulling. Like, be careful not to break it. Just keep pulling. It'll come off eventually. And I'm like, okay, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. And like I said, wrath of God, ripped the fucking plastic thing right off the radiator. Just ripped it, got the hose off. Now, so I was like, cool, I need this hose, this $40 hose. Oops, I broke the plastic piece. I mean, it was going to come off. Like, it was kind of rusty. It's a weird, it just popped off. And I'm like, okay, that's great. So it might have been leaking from there too. So now I'm like, cool, I need an upper radiator hose. And if I was going to do that, like, I might as well do the upper and lower. Okay. Go pull on get the radiator hose off. Cool. Break the radiator. So now I'm into a whole new radiator. So I'm just going to do upper hose, lower hose, radiator, the whole shebang. Now here at O'Reilly's, this one is $300, but I spent the last long time tonight finally getting the radiator out. It was a bitch because I don't know, the transmission cooler pump is like mounted onto the back of the fan shroud, and I couldn't get to it from the top, and I just fought and tried to get to it from the top. Then I went underneath it. I don't have a jack or anything. Went underneath it, pulled all of the lining out from underneath so I could kind of get there. Loosened the bolt. It was the wrong bolt. Loosened the right bolt. Got it taken off, then pulled it out. Anyway, took me forever to finally do it. But now that I got it off, this radiator's not going to work. There's a sensor mounted onto the radiator. And so I'll need the sensor. I'll need the radiator with the sensor, and O'Reilly's doesn't even have it. So that's fun. I found it on Parts Geek right here. It's not this one. So they have like the $500 one. This one, it does have the sensor included. This is the one I need. Or this one is one, I don't know, this one's a lot cheaper, and it has a spot for the sensor. Now I got a triple, quadruple check that it's the one I need. This one right here, 155, has a spot for the sensor, but it doesn't have a new sensor. But I think this one will work, and this is probably the one I'm going to go with, 155, which is much better deal than O'Reilly's. And yeah, sensor port built in, sensor not supplied. Cool. That's fine. I'm happy with that. I think that's the one I'm going to get, but I just need to double, triple check everything before I do that. But if that one doesn't work, then the only ones I can find that are built the way I need it are like the 4 or 5, so yeah, about $500 for the radiator. And then the hoses, another 80, 120 for the hoses. So it's going to be a bit of an expensive project. I don't have the money for it. So car's sitting in the garage. I'm going to get my motorcycle permit tomorrow. I'm going to go to the DMV, take the little written test, get the motorcycle permit, and drive that back and forth to work while I put money aside to fix up the car. That's kind of the idea. So we're going to just keep driving, keep working on shit, and eventually it's going to work out. But when I find the right parts, order them, wait for them. It says there's 16 in stock here, and I think I can get shipping options. Oh, this one, shipping option sucks. Some of the other ones are like overnight. We get overnight shipping, da-da-da. This one, no. Anyway, I'll probably just order that stuff tomorrow after I double check everything. And then, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to wake up early, go to the DMV, take my test for the motorcycle thing, come back. I've got to do my live stream, interact with my followers, make that top listicle video. Maybe I'll have time to work on a bike review template, get that put out, and then get the car tweaked so that I know, and order the car parts. That's pretty much what I want to get done tomorrow. Friday, I have to work on Saturday, so I'd like to get everything squared away so that I can drive the bike to work on Saturday instead of having to Uber. Uber's just, I mean, it's not that expensive, but about $30 round trip. So that's already like, if I make 130, like that just wipes away $130 or wipes away $30 of that. And that's important. Like I need that money, you know, I can't just be giving it to Uber. Trying to think if there's anything else like super important that happened today or that I worked on, but just working on the car. Now I can get into just a little bit of a tangent about this, because could I have just taken the car? There's literally a BMW mechanic right down the road. Like it is so close to me. specialize in BMW. I've got a lot of things I need to do on that. So I'll probably order more than just the radiator, and like while I have it torn apart, do everything. But anyway, could I have taken it and got it done? Yes. And maybe I should have. Like, I'm thinking about this in my head. If it was just that hose, they would have found it. They would have charged me $150 for diagnostic. They would have found the hose, probably charged me 60, $70 for it, an hour of labor. Like, I'd be into it, $400, but I wouldn't be worried about it. Like, I would not be having to put my time towards that, right? I'd be paying somebody else. They'd get it done, pick the car up when it's done. That's what I should have done. But if it was going to be the radiator, if it was going to be the water pump, if it was going to be anything expensive, like we're talking $700 in just labor. Not going to do that. And in that book I talked about a couple of days ago, the Naval Ravikant book, he talks a lot about setting a price for your time. And this is something I'm a big believer in, but I think I set my time. I don't know. I'm realistic with it. But the whole idea is to set a price on your time, an hourly price on your time. And if fixing a problem is going to cost you, can cost you less than that hourly time, just pay for it to get done. So for example, if I set my hourly rate at $50 an hour, I'm like, look, my time to me is worth $50 an hour. Then if I'm going to pay, I don't know, $10. Okay, hold on. Let me think of a better example. My rate's $50 an hour. This is a perfect example. If my rate's $50 an hour and I can do the work myself on the car, and it would cost me $100 an hour to pay a mechanic to do it, then it's not really in my best interest to pay that $100 an hour. Now, if the mechanic costs $30 an hour and my rate's $50 an hour, then it's totally worth it to pay the $30 an hour to have the mechanic do it, because I'm using my time for better things. Does that make sense? So you can think about that with a lot of things in your life. And like $50 isn't even my guesstimate. I probably figure I'm $30 an hour is like what my time's worth. And maybe that's a low ball. But that's kind of where I think about it. And so it's like, okay, I pay the mechanic $120 an hour for their shop rate, or I just do it for $30 an hour. Like, much better deal for me to do it. Granted, it'll take me a little bit longer and I can't work on the other stuff, but realistically, I'm not making boatloads of money from YouTube. I'm not making boatloads of money from affiliate stuff. So it's not like me fixing the car myself is probably in my best interest because it's cheaper to do so and I can do it. Now, if I was making $50,000 a month or $10,000 a month, then for sure it'd be worth it. One, I can afford it, but two, my time is much more valuable working on YouTube or working on whatever that brand is that's making me that much money. But for now, not the case, man. Not the case. I'm be turning wrenches. Look at my hands. Oh, they don't look too bad. I washed them. They were bad, but around my fingernails, they're all black. Anyway, so that's something I guess maybe you guys can think about in your life. Like, hey, is it really worth it to go return this? Like, drive 30 minutes one way to the store to return this item to get $12 back? Probably not. You spend an hour of driving, and if you value your time at $50 an hour and you only got $12 back returning that item, you just wasted $50. Like, you got to think about it that way. And I think you can be a lot more effective when you think about things that way. Last thing, I woke up, I'm getting sick. I think I talked about that yesterday. Feeling sick, getting sick. Woke up more sick today. So tomorrow I'll be a little bit worse. Like, this will drag on for a week probably is my guess. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, I got to get to bed so I can wake up early and go do the motorcycle. I'm going to take one more practice test before I go to bed to make sure it's all ingrained in my brain and I pass. Oh man. It's getting tough out here, but we're going to make it. We're going to keep rocking. Thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you next time.